Alright, looks like it's 7 p.m., so let's go. Hello! I've got a couple of house things to work on before we get into the actual dice making, but I'll give people a minute to come hang out if they're available. I made molds yesterday, so I did most of the molds. I did the base and then I did the top, but I didn't have enough to do the base. So I did this one in 2 pours. So I still need to do the lid for this, but I'll take it out of my frame here. Alright, well, glad you could make it anyways. How are you feeling, Jen, before you go to lurk for a minute? Because you said you were sick, right? But also, hello. Feel free to lurk. I made molds yesterday. I still need to make the lid on this one, but I'm taking the outside bit off. I'm hoping that the base is thick enough. I think it'll be fine. This is a simple enough design that it doesn't really need to hold its shape too much, and the sides are thick enough, so I think I'll be okay, but I might have made the bottom a little bit thin. Just dealing and vibing. That's fair. Hopefully you keep vibing. But that's stressful. Well, I think you're the only one here so far. But just info. I'm gonna do a slightly longer stream on Saturday. I'm gonna start 2 hours earlier. And I have, oh man, I should have brought that up. That's what I was forgetting. Oops. Just a second, let me pull up get a link for you just a second. I have a poll on my Twitter. I can't just, what is my, what's my Twitter handle? I have to remember what my Twitter handle is. Oh, you think you voted? Okay, cool. What is my Twitter handle? I should grab the link, though. What is my... Is that how I go? Yes, okay. I'm gonna put that there just so that I can get it later. That should be a link to my Twitter. And I have a poll going at the moment. Up there. Now, if more people join, I have the link. I have a poll going at the moment for what the giveaway dice should look like. The plan is to do some other arts and crafts for the first couple hours. I'm still debating on what I want to do. I don't know if I want to do more embroidery or if that'll be, or if I could do, well, there's lots of things I could do. If I want to do embroidery, do I want to do painting? Probably won't do other resin stuff, just because that I try to put together, but that I don't want to have to wear a respirator for 5 hours or whatever. But yes, the plan is to start it at 2 hours earlier, so 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then probably at around the normal time, maybe a little bit after the normal time, we will make the dice that will be the giveaway. And then if the person who wins doesn't want or need dice, then I'll make them like a tray or a necklace or something instead. I have silicone on my hand. I'm trying to put it in my spare silicone. Anyway. Oh. So I'm still working on the Bumblebee dice. I think I'm gonna finally do the D20 with the Bumblebee in it today. And then I have a different set of commission dice that I'm gonna be working on that are gonna have little, let me try and grab one of these without, I don't want to scratch them. I made these little tiny painted, they're all different, but I'll just show you one. I have two. They're kind of simple, but some little tiny, oops, painted cranes. Oof, there we go. Some little tiny cranes that I painted on some clear plastic sheet. So those are gonna go in the dice and then be kind of standing in like a shallow pool of like purple and gold foil. That's the plan anyways. And then there's gonna be a couple of the dice that are just purple and gold. So that's the plan. They're kind of simple, but I'm gonna make them and then I'll message the person they're for and make sure they're happy with them, or if they want something a little bit more complex for the birds. But that's the plan. That's the plan there. I made the mistake. I was working in here this afternoon sanding dice. Because if you make dice, you know that that's where most of the time is in making them. And I was letting the cats in here because I was just sanding them, and it's not like there's anything super dangerous for them to get into. But I made the mistake of leaving the door open. Did I leave it open while we ran to the store? I think I left it open while we ran to the store. And I got back and I had a little glass jar of glitter sitting on the table over here. And one of the cats seems to have taken it upon themselves to knock things off this table over here. So I had glass shards and glitter all over my floor. I still have glitter all over the floor. Oops, wrong piece. I still have glitter all over the floor. I picked up as much of it as I could and put it in a different bottle. It's kind of dirty now. But yeah, I need to sweep up the rest of the glitter. I really should not let the cats in here at all. I feel like it's just the one that causes problems for the most part. Like, it's just Luna that really causes problems in here because she likes to try and knock things off of the table or lay on whatever I'm working on. She's a very affectionate cat, but she also just always wants attention. Like, always wants attention. So she can be very annoying. She's a sweetheart. She's so annoying. I thought that when we got Knot, who's younger than she is, that her title of most annoying cat would go away because it would go to the kitten, but I think she's just proving to me that she's still the title holder of most annoying cat I own. She's just a troublemaker. I mean, they all are a little bit. Because they're cats, they're gonna be troublemakers. Alright, let me label these. So this is some pipped dice molds. Let's see there. Some D6s with pips, with the spots instead of the numbers. And that's because I have a brick of 4 of them, but I'm thinking that I'm going to offer them in my shop in sets of like 4, 6, and 12 maybe, or maybe just 6 and 12. And so it'd be useful to be able to have, you know, pour 6 at a time. This mold's a little dirty. I'm just labeling these, and then I think I'm gonna break these molds in tonight and try them out. Maybe do a not quite sure what yet. I'm gonna waffle around a little bit and figure out what I want to put in these. I'm just labeling what they are at the moment, though, so that I can find the ones that I need. I can't write and talk at the same time. Just a moment. I have been spending... Well, actually, I haven't been spending. But I did realize recently that I could spend way too much time playing Minecraft. I haven't really been playing it that much. I've been playing it like maybe one night a week with my brother and a friend. But I'm realizing that I've been watching like YouTube videos of people playing Minecraft. And I'm realizing I could spend way too much time playing Minecraft. There's so much stuff to do in it that I did not realize. I just got Minecraft a few weeks ago. My brother's been playing it forever, but I just got it a couple weeks ago. But watching YouTube videos of people playing Minecraft, I'm like, there's so much stuff I want to build now. There's so many different things you could do in here. Okay. I don't need my keyboard. Alrighty. So there's a couple things. While I think about what I want to put in those, I want to make these little cranes kind of stand up a little bit. And that's partially because I don't think I cut them perfectly, which is on me. I wasn't thinking about it as I cut them out, and I cut some of them a little bit smaller than they would need to be, so they're probably going to try and fall over. So I'm going to make some little kind of stands for them. That's the idea anyways. Well, we're going to try it. We'll see how it goes. I do... So, they're going to be standing in purple. I'm just debating whether, if I make the little stands for them in clear, if it's going to be super noticeable, or if I should try to make the little stands for them in purple as well. I might try to do the little stands in purple, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that. I have my purple. So we'll make that slightly purple, and hopefully that'll blend in fairly well. And this should work okay, because this pigment is translucent. Wouldn't be able to do this if it was opaque, because you needed the light to be able to get through. Alright, so here's my plan. Pull all these out. I'm going to have to do these one at a time. I didn't think that through very well. Okay, I have an idea. So I'm going to be putting this over this so I can keep it from getting blasted with the UV light every time. So I'm going to be doing these one at a time so that I can hold them while I'm blasting them with UV light. I just have like a really cheap nail light for the UV. Alright. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put kind of a drop down. Put down a drop of or two of the resin. Put this over here. And I'm gonna hold this like in it and then blast it with the light. And it stands up. We'll let that sit there for a minute. And hopefully those will keep them standing upright in the mold. This is gonna take a minute. There's all sorts of like little pieces that go into making dice. Like I have so many ideas for dice, and some of them I need to like plan ahead. I always forget to do that. Alright, that's probably gonna need plastic again, but let's move on to the next one. I'll just do it at the same time. Oh good, and see my purple stayed liquidy, which is what I needed. So that seems to be working well as a light shield. Oh man, my hand is so shaky. There we go. It's very hard to hold those while my hand's like, ugh. I feel like these look even better when they're standing up. Hopefully they look good in the dice. In the dies. No, that's not right. I mean, I must admit, this one looks a little bit less like a crane. A little bit more like, I don't know, an emu or something. I think it's the neck. I'm getting a little bit of, I painted these with acrylic, so I'm just scratching off a little bit that was in the wrong spot. Alright, cool. Let's peel that off. Set that one over here to go under the light again. Okay, and we'll do the one for the D6. I think if I was gonna film more Minecraft, I'd probably, I don't know. I was like, maybe I'd do it on YouTube instead of Twitch, just because I feel like Minecraft's a really slow going game, especially at the start. Or maybe I'll just wait until I've gotten further before I try streaming it again. I don't know. Oh, I've been trying to figure out like when I could stream like something other than arts and crafts, because my evenings are fairly busy. I already stream arts and crafts, you know, twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Oh, hi Bosun. How are you? I'm making little stands for some little tiny cranes that I painted. They're going into dice. I want them to remain upright. Oh, sorry to hear that. It's been one of those days. I was telling my brother this morning, my brother and I live together, that I'm not in a bad mood today, but I'm in a mood where I can very easily be in a bad mood. And I mean, I think I know why. It's because I went to sleep way too late last night. Like, that is the biggest indicator of what my mood's going to be like the next day, is whether I get enough sleep or not. Because if I don't get enough sleep, like, I know that I'm going to be in a bad mood the next day. I just stayed up way too late. But like, we were apparently both feeling that this morning of, it's one of those days where like, I'm not in a bad mood, but I could very easily be in a bad mood. Anything in particular that's got you stressed? You don't have to say if you don't want to, of course, but I'm sorry to hear that. I also don't know why upset is in stars. Alright, there's another one. And I think this is the last one. Yep, this is the last one. Oh, right. All the political stuff going on today. I think everyone, well, not everyone, but most people are a little stressed and upset from political stuff today. It's very frustrating. I've been distracting myself with dice and Minecraft YouTube videos. I was just talking about Minecraft and how I haven't, but I could spend way too much time playing Minecraft now that I have actually started playing it like a couple weeks ago. I got it a couple weeks ago. My brother has had it since it existed, and he can do some really cool stuff in Minecraft. I'm still at the point of like enjoying mining and being excited about, ooh, you know, I could do Minecraft dice. That'd be kind of cool. I could do, especially, what about a set of D6s that look like different Minecraft blocks? That would be fun. Maybe I'll do that at some point. I have to figure out how I want to do that. But a set of D6s that look like Minecraft blocks would be really, really funny. Kind of cute. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. Let me get the spare resin off of here. I wonder if there's some sort of like trademark or something that I would be infringing upon. I guess if I tried to sell them maybe, but I don't necessarily have to try and sell them. Could just make those for fun. Well, I was saying earlier though, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about how I feel like it's weird for me to stream something other than arts and crafts now. Because I tried the other week doing, I did actually try streaming crafting dice. I mean, yeah. Let me just do this a little bit of purple. But I was saying Minecrafting dice, yes. But I was saying though, because I did try streaming like Minecraft, and I also did Twitch Sings, which no longer exists, which I need to delete that app off of my computer, which was like karaoke. And I enjoyed both of those things, but I just felt like this isn't really what people are here for. But anyways, because I've kind of set up Wednesday as like my dice day, and then Saturday is like my freeform arts and crafts day. I was like, if I wanted to do stuff that was other than arts and crafts, when would I want to do that? Because a lot of my evenings are busy. I'm already streaming 2 evenings a week, but maybe I could just do streaming like earlier in the day on Saturday and do something other than arts and crafts. And then continue to do like Saturday night. Stretch. Ugh. I keep forgetting that that exists now. Wait, have you seen this yet? Because that exists now. The emote of my face. What did I name that? Oh, okay. But yes, I will stretch. That's always useful. That is, I know. I'm like, that face is like somehow disgust and surprise at the same time. I'm like, what emotion am I conveying here? Somehow the black stuff on the side of my face seems to add to the mood, because that was from Halloween. I had like these black eyes painted on the side of my face, but no, that was what was requested. Oh, did possibly find a roommate? Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know you were looking for a roommate, but that's good. I'm glad. Okay, I'm gonna blast these one more time, I think. Oh, I'll blast these one more time. Oh. Alright, that's just going into the spare resin box. I'm gonna blast these one more time and then those will be good. Oh, do you guys want to see how the Percy dice turned out? While I'm waiting for that. And then also did I do the pink and blue fake dice on stream? Because those turned out really pretty too. So here's the pink and blue ones fake dice that I did. And I really like how they turned out. The colors turned out really pretty. They still need, I'm gonna throw these in the tumbler. But let's see, Percy dice. I feel like I can usually kind of show. Let's see which one will have a good show of the kind of black. So you can see the kind of black in there, kind of the grainy, glittery black. And then there's the gears. Yep. Here's our Durolo dice. Like I said, I'm continuing my theme of only making Critical Role dice based on characters by Taliesin Jaffe. Apparently, since I've done Mollymauk, Caduceus, and Percy now, and none of the rest of the characters. But this one's on you guys. This one's on you guys. See if I can. And I actually do kind of like the effect of the like chunkier black glitter that kind of did kind of a sandy effect. Here's this. I had some of that spare, so I threw it in here in a clear, and it just looks. May they do Rolo high. Come on. Like, it has kind of the sandy effect that I like. Maybe we should have done this in your dice, Bosun. Although I didn't realize that it would do this until I just tried this. Yeah, this is with like a black glitter that's kind of pulling it down. Anyways, yeah, that's the Percy dice turned out. The pink and blue dice turned out. Let me put these away. I did post photos of your dice on Instagram today, Bosun. I feel like those dice look better in person than they do in photos. I feel like it was really hard to take pictures of the dice with the chains in them, but I'm happy with how this turned out. All right, so we've got those. Oh, let me put this away. I'm glad that you like them. What do I want to do for dice today, though? What sort of stuff do I have? Maybe something lighter colored. Oh, I keep forgetting about all this black glitter over here that I'm stepping in. Oh no. Well, these were kind of dirty anyways, but I'm going to show you the bottom of my slipper. Look, Do you see how shiny that is? That's from all the black glitter that I keep stepping in on the floor. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, I don't think you were here for me to tell you, Bosun, about how I let the cats in the craft room earlier today, and then I left the door open while my brother and I ran to the store. And I came home and the glass bottle of black glitter was in pieces, and there was black glitter all over my floor. So I think the cats are just going to be banned from the craft room in general, even if I'm not working on something dangerous to them. Because they just, yeah. I know that one I'm like, but also this one's on me a bit. Oh, Jen, the color changing pigment came in, by the way, for your dice. So it's teal. Oh, here, I'm gonna put it in my pocket and we'll see if it'll turn colors. I did also get myself, I got myself a pretty thing to try out. Maybe we'll try this out today. Let's see if I can get it. It's hard to see all the colors because it's when it's at a certain angle. There we go. You can see the yellows and the stuff. But I want to try this today. Maybe we'll try that out today. And then also, I got a free sample of glitter. I put it in a different container because it came in like a little bag that wasn't resealable. For some reason, the little sample glitter that they gave me. So I had a little container that I put it in. It's all shimmery and holographic. Not holographic, iridescent. But no, I do wanna try this. How do I want to try that though? Okay. Maybe I will do. So the thing with dusting a mold, because I think that's what I'm gonna want to do, is that then you cannot sand them at all or polish them. So it would be easiest for me to do this on like just D6s, because usually they're the ones that turn out the best without sanding and polishing. Or I could do just one side of the mold. Should we try doing just one side of the mold? And then doing just like maybe black on the other side? Or I could do something else. I could do like a tray or something too. I could do something, try this out on something else. Maybe I'll try this out on something else. I don't want to try this on though. I don't know what I want to try this on. Oh wait, I wonder if, let me see something. Is that this size? No, that's this size. Let me see if this size will fit in a D20. Because if it will, no, not really. I need something just slightly smaller. I was gonna say if it would, then I could dust a little circle mold that I have, and then just put that in the D20, and then it would be nice and it would be fine. What do I want to do? Alright. Have a feeling though. I mean, we could just do a little test of it. Should we just do a little, maybe I'll just do a little sample test of this. I'm just gonna do a little sample test of this. I'm just gonna dust this little mold right here, which is actually a quarter that I just made a mold of. And so let's try this out. Ooh, man. Look at that. I'm excited to try this. And it came with this little like makeup applicator too. Ooh, this stuff I can tell is kind of staticky almost. Yeah, it's like staticky because it's so thin. I'm just going to grab the bit larger applicator. I feel like this would probably look the best with like black behind it, so we'll probably do that. I don't want to breathe too hard in its direction. I'm just going to kind of buff that in. We want it to be as flat as possible on there. Oh, have you guys been up to anything fun recently? I should probably, I mean, not like go places, but like get out of my house more and like take a walk around the block. Like that would probably be better for me than being inside all day. That could also contribute to me being in a mood where I'm like, I could very easily be grumpy. To be fair, I usually feel better after streaming. I do enjoy streaming. It's a little bit like getting to be social. So that's always nice. It's not getting into all the little grooves. That's okay though. Alright, so we'll do this just as like a little test. I'm excited to use that more and see what else I can do with it. I might do some dice at some point with that, but I think I'm just gonna try it out first tonight. I think that'll be pretty. And make sure that's all nice and flat. I hear a cat outside. I think it's Fitz. That would be Fitz outside. What, buddy? He's a very friendly cat. Alright, but that still doesn't answer what am I going to do with these dice. I guess I could try out my free glitter sample with these, or let the child in. Let me in. Did you miss the whole thing about the cat? Here, just like, oh. Hi, buddy. Here. Oh, come here. Oh. No, he wants me to follow him. He doesn't even want in. He wants me to go with him. Okay. Buddy. He has secrets. Oh, yeah. His secrets are that he wants to be pet at the food dish or let outside. What? Or that he wants to go lick the bar of soap in the bathroom, which is his other favorite pastime. If he could lick a bar of soap while getting pets outside, that would be like his ideal day. Those are his. Oh, and let's see, and then also play fetch at the same time. Let him lick the yummy soap. Why is he eating soap? He doesn't need soap. You also don't need soap. Stop eating soap. It's gross. I know, and it's so unfortunate. I feel like that's probably not good for you, actually. I'm just giving you a hard time, but I feel like it probably isn't actually good for you. I don't know if it's terrible for you, but probably not great. Okay. What do I want to do for a extra set? Most things aren't good for you. That's fair. That's valid. I mean, we could try doing a full set of honeycomb dice, because I do have a lot of pieces of just, like, honeycomb. Oops. And I'm going to be doing a single one for the set of bee dice that I'm making. But I could do that. There's a piece of silicone in here. Get out of there. Okay. That's an option. Let's see, what colors? I haven't really done a lot of like orange. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do just a super simple set of dice. I have a plan. That's a good orange color I want. We're just gonna do a set of like creamsicle dice. So it's just gonna be orange with swirls of white. That's what I'm gonna do. I want to do a set of creamsicle dice, nice and simple. All right, let's get everything else figured out. This was my plan for the cranes. My little idea photo, and then me figuring out poses for the other cranes. So let me get everything laid out. Interesting. I feel like that purple didn't do much in the UV resin. Weird. Alright, so these two, like I said, a couple of them are just going to be purple with gold foil. That's going to be those two. Here's the D20, D12, D10, D8, and D6. I'm going to set these with those. Oh, I was like, where's the last one? It's because it's still in here. All right. There's D6. D10. And D8. Cool. I don't think I need that otherwise. It was just kind of as a reference that it was consistent throughout. And then these two are just going to be purple and gold. And we're going to be doing, it looks more blue on screen, but it's just a nice purple. I'm just going to describe it as a nice purple. Oh well. Alright. We're going to do this as a test. It's going to have black. I did like roses in like a yellow base. I don't like this color yellow. I feel like it just did not turn out how I wanted. So I'm going to be doing that again. I'm going to do the roses, but I'm going to have it with a gold shimmer instead. I think that'll be nice. A little bit of a gold shimmer. So that's the plan there. I'm going to do the BD20. And this design I think worked out. So it's I was doing a couple of tests with with wasps first, because I had a couple of dead wasps, but I only had one dead bee. But let's see if I can show you. It has like I did it with like a shimmery white gold in there. So it kind of looks like it's flying above it a little bit. It's kind of wispy. So I like how that turned out. So that's the plan for the bee. And then the D12 is going to be kind of a light yellow base, kind of shimmery, with like pieces of like honeycomb coming out of it. I originally tried doing a die with like honeycomb on top, but it just did not sit right. It kind of sank in a little bit. Didn't really like how that was looking, so I'm just gonna change it up a little bit, do it slightly different. And then I have a couple of other ones that I still need to make, but I'm waiting for some things to come in before I do that. And that's the white gold. All right, and then I'm gonna do a full set of creamsicle dice, and the plan there is super easy. I'm gonna make orange resin and then do a dirty pour where I have the orange resin and then I put like a drop of white in it and then pour it into the mold. So that should be nice and simple to do, and hopefully turn out how I want them. So I think that's the plan. So how much do I need? Okay, wait. 30, 60, probably about 80 milliliters would be my guess. Because each set of dice is 30. I'm doing two full sets and then a few extra pieces. So 30, 60, 70, 80 I think. And then if we have a little bit of extra, we can make a couple of other things, but I think we'll do 80. Lime green, black, and purple dirty. Yeah, sure. Feel free to. I like you're a little bit in advance, but yeah, we could definitely do a lime green, black, and purple dirty pour. I'd probably do it kind of like how I do my rainbow ones that I've done, where the base is black and then I did a drop of the green and a drop of the purple. That'd probably work out. There's also different ways to do things like that. But yes, that could definitely happen. Here, has this turned white at all? Oh, yep, there we go. Oh, I love Halloween sort of aesthetic. Hey, oops. My hand apparently was cold. But, Jen, if you are still there, I've had this in my pocket. It's not completely white yet. It's starting to get... I think my hands are cold, guys. I just touched it and it turned blue again. We'll put that back in the pocket. I love the macabre, so like I have like a taxidermied goose on my wall upstairs that I got from like an estate sale. I like macabre stuff. So I'm all down for Halloween every day. And I've said before, I'm like, I feel like I could go goth fairly easily. I just don't know anything about the music scene, so I'm not. Okay. I think we've got everything. Oh, you know what I'm missing? I need some mixing cups set up. There's orange. So this is going to be mostly clear. That's fine. This is going to have clear. That's going to have clear. But it needs a little bit of the white. Oh look, there's a clean one. Let's just use the clean one. So we'll just put a little bit of that there. And then this is going to be purple and gold. Already got that. Oh, this one. Let's put that there. That's just going to have a little bit of a gold shimmer. Let's put this in a smaller one. I can go in a smaller container. Alright. Purple, gold, that. I'm going to grab a second cup for that to actually pour out of, I think. Okay. Let me get all of my little pieces ready before I actually pour the resin. I was like, this went so much quicker than it usually does. What am I forgetting? It's just easier to get all of my dyes and everything into the mixing cups before I actually pour the resin. Oh, how much? Wow, my gosh, everything's so staticky. Why is everything so staticky? All right, let me think about this. D4 and D10. probably about let's say that's about 5 milliliters maybe, right there. And then I'm going to be doing maybe a fourth. I'm just trying to do some math, so that's going to be 15, almost about about a fourth of 16 is 3. So maybe 10 this will probably be about 10 milliliters, roughly. I'm overestimating a little bit. So that'd be plenty of gold. I don't want to overdo it on the gold. I'm going to be doing it fairly fine because I want it to be resting kind of in the bottom of the pool where the cranes are going to be sitting. Okay, so there's that. I do too, especially gold foil. That's going to be black. Where's my opaque black? Let's grab the opaque black. Let's step on the black glitter while we do it. Okay. Oh, and then this one. And this one, again, is going to be about a fourth of the D20. It's not going to be a lot at all. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of that in there, because it's not going to have a lot of resin with it. We also have that. That's for any extra. This is going to be clear there. That's going to be with the gold. I think now that is everything. Cool. Wow, guys, I'm working faster than usual. We're not even an hour in yet, and I'm pulling out the resin. I'm sure I'll forget, or I'll remember something that I've forgotten. Okay, here we go. Now you can see it's turning white. It still looks very blue on screen. It looks kind of gray, but it does turn white compared to like teal to clear. So this is another temperature changing one for Jen's dice whenever I get the next part in for those. My hands are cold though because they turn it blue, which is the cold color. This room is fairly cold. It's in the basement, so it does have, you know, some insulation to it, but there's actually no vent in this room, like at all. There's kind of a little spot over there where it's connected to the air conditioning heating and cooling system, but there's not really a vent in here. I feel like somehow that's better and worse for the fumes issue. Just a second, let me loosen this part around my neck a little bit. It's just a little bit tight. Okay. Alright. Respirator's going on, so I'm going to be a little muffled for a bit, but it's okay. Let me put my gloves on. I did finally order new filters for this thing too, so that's good, because those are getting probably a little bit worn. Looks like I can reuse these gloves. That's great. Whew. Alright. I'm wearing one of my nicer sweaters. I have to be careful to not get any resin on my sweater. Oops, I'll just put my finger in the right spot. Oh, nope, that has a hole. Okay. This is what I get for buying cheap gloves. They're very thin. They like to rip. Alright. Like, do I have a... Yeah, cool, I do have a clean one. And I said we're going to do 80, so we'll do 40 in each part. This one's thicker, so I do it first because it's a little bit more unwieldy. That way I can, if I mess it up, it's easier for me to this one's, I'm more likely to mess this one up. So if I put it in first, it's going to be easier for me to fix the issue. There's a random piece of, like, pink in the bottom of this. What is that? Alright, I'm going to be going quiet for a second because I can't think or I can't pour and talk at the same time, so I'll be chattering again in a moment. I'm going to get 80 milliliters of resin first. Alright, there's 40. And then 40 of this one. Excellent. And then there's 80. And this will take a minute to mix. I gotta make sure that it's completely mixed. There's no streaks or anything here. Let's see if I can show you what the streaks look like. Yeah, you can kind of see all the striations in there. I gotta make sure that all of those streaks and everything are gone. And it gets kind of cloudy for a minute, and then it'll get clear again. Oh, and then that'll be when it's completely mixed. Oh. I really should have gone to sleep earlier last night. I went to sleep at like 3 in the morning. I really wanted to get the second part of these molds poured though. I did the first part in I finished the first part at like 2 that day. And so I wanted to let them sit for like at least 6 hours or so. So then I couldn't start on the second part until like 8. Technically it's 4-hour cure time, but like it's still really soft. The silicone's still really soft after just 4 hours. So I wanted to let them sit for at least 6 hours. So then I started on the second part at 8. And then I got distracted for a while. It is also just kind of a tedious process of making molds, but I think I probably take more time making molds than other people do just because I get distracted easy. I don't know. I guess that's how I feel about a lot of the parts of this, of like just working in general. It feels like it takes me, I get the impression that it takes me more time to get things done just because I get distracted easily. I'm also just a bad estimate of how long things take. guess it kind of plays into the whole idea I have too of even if I'm actively working on something like sanding dice for 4 hours, it doesn't really seem like I've been working because it doesn't seem like I've gotten very much done. Like, it seems like, you know, sanding a couple of sets of dice isn't a lot of work, even though I like know that I've just taken 4 hours to do it. But like, if you just look at what has been done, it's just like, my brain's like, that's not a lot of work that you just did. That's just 2 sets of dice. Meanwhile, it's taken me 4 hours to sand and polish them all. But I don't know. My brain works in mysterious ways. I think we're almost there for this being mixed. I'm just scraping the sides, making sure that we don't have any of one part or the other sticking to the sides or the bottom. That's where I'll usually end up with some streaks towards the end here, is if there's some that's just stuck to the side in one spot. And I will overmix this a little bit, because I'd rather it be mixed a little bit too long and add some more air and cut down my work time a little bit than not mixed enough and not pure. Since I have a pressure pot, I'm not as worried about there being some air bubbles in here, because that will take care of that issue for the most part, unless I have some giant air bubbles. And it's not going to cut into my work time that much. Alright, I think this is looking good though. So, let me think about this. We're going to need, I said about 10 here. Well, this is going to be 30. I know that this is going to be 30, so let's start with this. So I have, I'm going to go down to 50. Not quite. Hair there. There's always hair. Oh, it might actually be. Okay, we're good. I'm just going to add a little tiny bit more. I'm actually almost there. And a drop. Alright. Yeah, that should be 30. So this one is just going to be orange. It's going to have white kind of stripes in it. I'm probably going to need like 2 drops of orange at least. I always love when I add like a drop of color and then start mixing it, and then it just turns the whole thing that color. There's just something satisfying about it. Is that dark enough orange for me? Probably. Should I add a little bit of shimmer to this? Maybe I'll add a little tiny bit of orange shimmer to this. That might be nice. I'm gonna add, maybe I'll do that separately too. So it'll also be kind of a layer, a little bit of shimmer. Just a little tiny bit. Oops. Yes, I have watched paint mixing videos. I like those. Yes. I like satisfying videos. The problem is that like all those like satisfying video type ones put me to sleep. Like the ones with like calligraphy and stuff, it's like, ooh, this is so pretty, and I like watching them, and then I just fall asleep. That's a little bit maybe darker orange than I was thinking, but that's okay. Probably should have looked at my paint chips. Alright. There's those. Okay. Let's just make these. No. We want that set for a minute because I want to make sure I get these done. So this is going to be about 10. So we're going to go down to about 40. A little bit more. I thought of trying to make my own paint mixing videos at one point, because I mean I do have all sorts of paint. I've done painting for a long time. Although I really only started doing, I've only done oil painting in the painting class that I took back that ended in May, which was fun. Oil painting is completely different than painting in acrylic. Like it's like a completely different medium. Alright. Add a little tiny bit more. Yeah, that's good. And this we want to be purple. I got a new one for this too. That's the one. Oh. I'm debating. Here, I can use some input. I'm debating whether I want to on Saturday. The plan is to. Oh, Bosun. Here. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway on Saturday. There we go. And I have a poll over on my Twitter at the moment for what the giveaway dice should look like. There's 3 different sections to it, so make sure you put your preference for all 3. Yeah, so the plan is I'm going to start about 2 hours earlier than normal, so at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time instead of at 7. So just a little bit darker. Yes, so yeah, 2 hours earlier on Saturday. But yes, I could use some feedback or opinions from people. I'm not going to start out doing resin. I'm going to do the resin later into the stream so that people have time to finish voting and everything on what the dice should look like, and then we'll make the dice together at the end of the stream for the giveaway. What arts and crafts should I work on before that? Should I do some more embroidery? Should I do some painting? Should I do some polymer clay? Those are the 3 that I can think of at the moment. I haven't done any painting really on stream. I do want to work on my embroidery project at some point. Doesn't have to be Saturday though. Those 3 come to mind because those 3 take a long time. Those 3 take a while to do. Is that going to be dark enough? I think that'll be dark enough. I'm going to do one more drop. But yes, is there any one of those 3 things, or something else, that you guys would be interested in seeing from me? I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards embroidery, and that seems a little bit weird for a dice giveaway, but I think it will be the easiest for me to transition from into resin. Because, yeah, I think that'll be the easiest for me to transition and to set up. I guess polymer clay would be easy, but call that good. We'll call that good. I'm gonna fill these two first before we even do the rest, and that way I'll make sure that I have enough. I really need a pipette for this one, don't I? I'm gonna grab a new pipette too, because I need something that's just a little bit thinner at the tip. Oh good, it still gets the gold foil, which is important as well. Alright, I'm just going to set this over here for now. Okay, let's fill this one. This one we can just fill like this. I just need that for adding it to the other ones, because those ones I want to add it gently. Oh, I'm going to need one for the clear as well. That's a good point. Oh, I'd love to do more. I don't know, I'd love to record, this is completely off topic, I'd love to record some music for just, I think that'd be really fun. The problem is writing music is hard, but like, it'd be fun to just do some covers of things. I don't know about the legality of that though. Alright, let's start with the D6, I think that'll probably be easiest, so we'll start with that. So I'm just going to do enough to cover the very bottom of the mold. Bubble there. Let that sit a moment, spread out. Here's the crane for that one. That one might be a little bit funky, we'll see. Hoping this works out well. Is that a good one for clear? This one's not, that'll work for clear. So add a little tiny bit to the D8. I have an idea of how I want these to look. Well, and then I'm hoping that it ends up that way. My hands are very shaky today. Don't know why. These here so that I can get to them. Looks like I might need to add a little tiny bit more to a couple of these. I want to make sure that it covers the bottom. So I want them to be like little pools. Okay, the D10's fine. The D8 needs a tiny bit more. You can get the D12 and the D20. I almost like the one that I made for the D12 more than I like the one for the D20, but that's okay. I could swap them, but I just want enough to cover the bottom. Yeah. So yeah, I've been on a Minecraft kick, because I've been enjoying playing Minecraft. What have I been up to? Well, dice stuff, always dice stuff. There's a bubble in the D10. Pop that and make sure I don't need more resin, I think. We're okay. There's a bubbles in there. I'm trying to get these nice and like kind of flat. Yeah, I don't want them very deep. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more to a couple of these. Cause I do kind of want to hide the bases of the birds. I don't want to get any of this on the sides or anything. That'd be not good. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. Get all the extra resin out of here, and we'll use this extra resin for a little bonus D4. That's what we do. Probably do this mixed with clear. That's probably what will happen. Because this is a set of commission dice, and I usually try to I use the extra resin for little bonus things to put with the dice themselves. Usually a little bonus D4 and a keychain. Maybe I'll paint another crane for a keychain. That might be nice, actually. Maybe I'll do like a crane, like paint another one and then put it like make a double-sided keychain. That might be cute. Maybe I'll do that. And then I won't have to have all the purple, which is good. I don't have any more purple. Alright, let's set this out of the way. That's done. So we'll be doing clear. And that. Let me think here. So I probably want to place the birds in next and then very gently add the clear. So let's try doing that. Very gently. Okay, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Ah! Let me not throw everything. We'll kind of move it over a little bit. That's fine. I just need to be completely centered. And then I'm gonna. Why did I toss that? I'm gonna try and kind of hold it up a little bit by hopefully trying to add the clear somewhat evenly on both sides of the little plastic sheet that I made. Trying not to displace it too much. Because I do actually want this to be clear and not watercolory. Hopefully these work out. If not, I can always make another set. There we go, that seems to be holding it up a little bit better. Hopefully that purple works out. That's my only real concern there. I don't know why I started with the D20. The D20 is quite honestly the hardest die to do stuff like this in, because it's such a small opening compared to the size of the die. Okay, we'll give that a moment for the bubbles to rise to the surface. I can see there's a bubble there. Let's try this with the D6, because the D6 is probably the easiest to work with. Alright. I don't have it perfectly centered, but quite honestly, I think that's fine. I think that works out fine. with it not perfectly centered in there. It almost adds a little bit of interest. I'm hoping the purple stays at the bottom though. I maybe should have waited a little bit for it to get a little bit thicker. Makes it so it doesn't move around as much. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. And who knows, maybe it'll end up watercolory and it's what the person who ordered it will want anyways. It's always kind of funny when something doesn't turn out exactly how I was planning, but like it turns out in a way that it's kind of what like it almost turns out better, not necessarily better, but like in a way that the person who ordered it likes better, or it's different, but it's still something that the person likes. That's always kind of fun. And that's part of the reason I do usually, even if I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this, it's not quite what I was trying to get, I still send photos. And I feel like it's nice to know that what you've ordered is being worked on. So even if it's not done, I figure people would like to know that I am working on their thing. Alright, let's put this into the D12. This was probably one of my favorites of the birds that I made. Ooh. Let's try and get that where I want it. Just a little bit. It's actually jammed in there pretty well. Hopefully, is my lid going to run into an issue? I don't think so. No, we're good. We're just good. Oh, well, thank you, Jen. Yeah, I try to be communicative. I feel like that was something that I was not good at when I was working an office job. Mostly because I was just freaking out half the time about, oh no, what do I need to be working on? But I like commissions because I like bouncing ideas off of people. So that's part of what I enjoy about. Oh, okay. Amber alert, apparently. I don't think it was actually that close by, but but yes, no, I that's probably one of my favorite pieces of commissions is the whole, like, it's an excuse for me to try new things that maybe I wouldn't have thought of. And also, I just enjoy, like, bouncing ideas off of people. That's how I think the best. So it's just enjoyable for me because it's basically that. It's basically just saying, well, what are your ideas? Okay, here's my ideas. What do you think of that? And bouncing back and forth, which I enjoy. Right. There's that one, and then we'll do the D10. But I can't talk. I am glad that you have enjoyed working with me. That makes me feel good. I really do want to, like, I enjoy working with people, and I've enjoyed working with you, Jen. And I do want it to feel like it's kind of a collaborative process of making things, because it really is. And I think I've said it before, I started out making dice for friends and family by saying, hey, what's your dream set of dice? And then trying to make those. And I haven't finished all of those yet either. I put up a couple of dice for sale on my Etsy shop. And then there was actually an interest, so I started making more. And haven't actually finished all of the ones for friends and family. But I've gotten a lot better at it though since then. But that was kind of the goal with commissions too, is I wanted to continue that, you know, going to like, hey, what's your dream set of dice, and then trying to make it. Like, so I do kind of think I have the same sort of mindset to a certain extent as I do with like making dice for friends and family. That's why you open commissions at one point. Your best buddies are writer, artists, so you drew all his characters and realized you love making ideas come to life. Yeah, that's really cool. That's the other thing, that one of my favorite things about posting my dice on Tumblr is when people tag pictures of my dice with their like D&D characters' names. Like, there's something just so, it just makes me so happy that like they saw something that I made and then decided, yes, this is what I want to think of when I think of something that is important to me. So that just always makes me so happy when I see that. That's one of my favorites. Alright, let's see here. So, probably going to do about half the dice, probably about 2.5 maybe. Here, let me do my orange ones before I forget. So, we're going to do all these orange ones. We're going to do a dirty pour, so we're going to pour off a little bit. Is that a cat hair? Got a cat hair in my cup. Get out of there. Get out of there, cat hair. I have actually enjoyed Twitch for, like I said before too, I do think of Twitch as partially part of my business. I'm not like making any money off of Twitch itself, but I do consider it like part of my marketing to a certain extent, because, you know, I'm making stuff for my business. There's a cat hair in my cup. Oh, hi, Shauna. Welcome. Oh yeah, I also set Shauna up as a VIP. Couldn't remember if I'd done that or not. So and a little bit of the shimmery orange. I think I probably put way too much resin in this cup, but that's okay. So I'm making some creamsicle dice here. Let's start with a D10. So I'm doing orange. I have that little bit of shimmery orange. I'm going to do a drop of white, and hopefully that should end up as kind of like white lines throughout the die. And the goal is some creamsicle dice. It's because you're a VIP. Yeah, ever since I got affiliate, you can set up like 10 people as VIPs. I'm not sure exactly what it does, to be honest, but I kind of grab the people who've been here since the beginning and hang out a lot and set them up as VIPs. So fancy, yeah, exactly. Right, there's one. And let's do that for all of them. Put quite a bit in there. It's really not enough for the D20 yet, so we'll do another D10. Oh, I need to message you, Shauna. I keep meaning to. I guess I could just tell you. Yes, that's true. Jen has a diamond because she lives here. But yes, Shauna, yes. I teach you how to stream. You do a lot of projects now. Oh, you've been doing Cricut work. That's cool. Yeah, it's easy enough to stream as long as you have like I guess you've done some streaming. You did some streaming on Facebook. You did Facebook Live. That's streaming. basically it's just a different platform. But yeah, I'd be happy to run you through what I know. I don't know a ton about it, but I'd be happy to show you what I know. I did wanna say, Shauna, and I can message you later about this too. I don't think I'm gonna make it to Peyton's birthday, just because of the quarantine. I'm still trying to protect me and my family, but you wanna do more top-down stuff? That'd be cool. Well, I think we were looking at setting up like 2 different camera angles at one point. The only reason I have 2 different camera angles here is because, well, I'm using a computer that I borrowed from Nate, that has a built-in webcam, and then I have my external webcam, so I just have the built-in one that's looking at me and then my external one that's pointed at the desk. It worked out, but I can't do that with my upstairs computer that doesn't have a built-in webcam. But if you have a laptop, you can probably do that. It's mostly drive-by, you can always drive by and wave. Okay. Alright, I might do that. I just don't wanna be interacting with people and accidentally get someone sick. But I'll have to stop by and wave. I am doing a slightly longer stream on Saturday as well. That's going to start at 5. But I'm going to be doing a dice giveaway to celebrate reaching affiliate on here. I do need to find some birthday present for her though. I haven't done that yet either. Oh, come on. I think I did not grab enough resin for the D20. Oh, thank you. It hasn't really changed much, except that I now have an emote of my face. Yeah, I'll show you. There you go. That's the only thing that's really changed, is I have that now. That little tiny bit of white. It's kind of nice if it's a little bit different every time. That's the one that was requested back on Halloween. It was the first ever request for an emote. So that's what my single emote is. Ooh, cool. Working on projects. What sort of what sort of stuff have you been selling? Because you said you've moved more towards Cricut stuff. My grandma's been doing Cricut stuff and absolutely loves it. I need to talk to her at some point because we were talking about teaming up a little bit, because she could like make some designs and then I could put them in resin. Like I have some resin trays and stuff. We could do that too, I suppose. Ooh, custom shirts. That's cool. That's really fun, actually. I feel like, I haven't been doing as much soap. My grandma made a good point that, like, I know there's people who make and sell soap online, but I feel like when we like to buy soap, we like to do it at, like, craft shows and stuff where you can smell it beforehand and, like, see it in person. It's like, oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense, because the soap wasn't selling much. I've kind of found my niche now, finally, with dice, I think. Work on a couple of football team shirts. Oh, okay, cool. I still need to make, I was thinking about it yesterday, but I still need to make that painting for your wall in the Ravens colors. I still have, like, the canvas and everything for it. I just still need to do that. I've spent way more money on supplies than you should have. That's been me with dice, but at least it seems to have some return value. But I'm glad that it seems to be working out. You just wasn't, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't really selling soap either. I did it at like the holiday bazaar when that was a thing, but online, not really. It's really fun to make, but what with it having a shelf life and everything, it just wasn't really a. It wasn't gonna work out. But so that's part of the reason I've been enjoying resin is because, you know, this stuff will last forever. So even if I make a set and then it doesn't sell, I can just hold on to it anyways. Like, I have a couple of sets that I made for Christmas that didn't sell, and I'm like, that's fine. I'll just put these away and I can use them for Christmas things next year, which I would not be able to do with soap. Although we did different kinds of soap. Yeah, the painting. I know it's. Yeah, I literally just remembered it the other day. I was like, oh, I should work on that at some point. Well, the kind of soap that I was doing, I couldn't make in small amounts. Like with the melt and pour that you were doing, at least you could make like 1 bar of soap at a time. But with the cold process, like the minimum amount that I could make was like 4 bars of soap at a time, which is just a lot of soap. It's a lot of soap. I'm just setting these off to the side, by the way. They're just out of frame a little bit. But I do enjoy making soap. Maybe I will make soap on stream at some point. I was thinking of doing that. I hope I have enough orange. I hope I made enough orange. I might have cut it a little bit close. We're gonna just a tiny bit of clear and extend that a little bit further. Oh yeah, no, absolutely making 1 bar is more work than making a batch. I totally get that. That's why, so I've been figuring out, it's one of the hardest parts for me about selling things is figuring out how much things should cost. So like, I'm never positive that my prices are appropriately placed. I don't like, is it too high? Is it too low? But one thing that I have kind of instituted is for commissions, I have kind of a base price, and then like depending on what it is, there's there's more. So like for dice, for commissions, there's going to be like a base price of like $20, and then depending on how many dice and stuff, it's going to be it's going to add on to that. Because like just the design aspect, like, because like you as an artist and what you're doing counts as art, you know, you have to take into account your design being having monetary value. But you know, it's so hard figuring out pricing. I don't know, guys. If sound off in the chat if you've bought something from me and whether you think my pricing is fair or not. But, no, that's I honestly, to figure out prices for things, I will usually, like, go online and find people who make similar things. My pricing is fair. Oh, I thank you, Jen. I usually go online and look at people who make similar things and see how they have things priced. And then also kind of try to think about what is my time worth, which you can't always do. There's certain art things where you can't take into account time. Oh, well, thank you, Bosun. But yes, that is, I think, the hardest part is figuring out how things should be priced. I've definitely seen, and there's definitely handmade dice that are way more expensive than mine, and some that are less expensive than mine. I've tried to be kind of in the middle because I feel like my work is kind of in the middle to a certain extent. Like, I feel like I mean I have good reviews on my shop, which is whenever I'm in a semi bad mood, I'll just go read all the reviews on my Etsy shop because they're all very nice. But I've definitely seen some like beautiful resin work that is just like, that is so complex and would take so much time to do. Like, there's some I've seen that have like whole little like mushroom garden scenes in them, and they're, you know, appropriately very expensive, and I'm like, that is beautiful, and that would take forever for me to make. And I'm just not there yet to a certain extent. Like, I probably could get it figured out, but oh man. But also, I think that I've gotten better at making dice. Like, my dice are better than they used to be. Like, even since making like the first 2 sets of dice that I made for you, Jen, those, I feel like I have gotten better at making dice since then, which always feels kind of like, I feel a little bit bad because my prices haven't changed. I'm like, I feel like I have better quality things now, but at the same time, it's like not that drastic. But, and actually I have raised my base price a little bit, but I haven't changed the price of commissions, which is fine. But no, anyways, I don't know that you guys came here to listen to me blabber on about pricing, but that is where it's just hard. Yeah, there's so much stuff that goes into running a business, like your own independent thing, that's just not, it's not about what you're making. Like, I spend a lot of time doing scheduling and social media posting and like product photography, which I feel like I've gotten worse at. I need to get back into the swing of doing product photography. Part of it's the lighting. I feel like I can take better product photos in the summer. But, because I use a lot of natural lighting. Oh, paperwork, yeah, I have a thing in on my to-do list about, I need to do taxes, because there's 3 different sets of taxes. There's, you know, is there 3? Wait, I'm not an independent contractor. But yes, I'm an independent business. Yes, there's like 3 different sets of, yes, bookkeeping, advertising, there's like 3 different sets of taxes that I have to worry about. Quarterly taxes, quarterly sales taxes, and then yearly taxes. Yeah, I'm sure you guys all came here for a marketing spiel, but there's just a lot of non-creative things. I was talking to my grandma. So both my grandma and my dad, so her son, they're very crafty people as well. My dad did jewelry making, like metalworking and stuff, metal castings, and my grandma, that's where I got all my polymer clay from. With my grandma, she's done fused glass, pottery, polymer clay, all sorts of things. Neither of them did it as like a business. They've always done it as a hobby. And I was talking to my grandma, and she was saying that she was never interested in doing it as a business, just because of all of the like paperwork type stuff. And my realization was that yes, all of the like paperwork stuff is annoying and takes a lot of time and can be just kind of confusing and frustrating a little bit, but I would still rather put up with all of the paperwork and the boring parts of trying to do arts and crafts for a living than I would doing a desk job again. Because I did a desk job for 5.5 years, and it just was not the environment for me. It was a good job. There's good people I was working with, but I'd much rather put up with annoying paperwork and stuff and get to work for myself and set my own schedule and, you know, not have to feel guilty if I take time for myself because it's my own time that I'm wasting, nobody else's. Like, I'd still much rather work for myself than and do all the paperwork and all the taxes and all the marketing and everything like that than have a desk job. Oh, I am debating whether I should figure out a separate source of income though. I'm doing pretty okay for myself, but it's not quite a living yet. I didn't have to pay taxes, maybe. And I think that's fairly normal. I'm kind of just starting out to a certain extent. Like, there's definitely people who've been doing this a lot longer than I have. I'm still getting into the swing of things, I feel like. I'll probably feel like I'm getting into the swing of things for the next 5 years. But I'm still getting into the swing of things. Alright, let me put these over here. I don't know how creamsicle these will look. Hopefully. Oops, that goes over here. Alright, how are these doing? These are looking pretty good. I need to start thinking about taxes. Alright, let's do our bee dice. Looks like we have enough, so that's exciting. How have you been feeling about kind of, I don't know if you're doing it more as a hobby or as a business, Shauna, because you can sell things as a hobby. But what is your sort of, are you enjoying it? Or is all the paperwork stuff really annoying? I mean, like I said, I think it's annoying, but it's a little bit more yellow. I kind of wanted a little bit more orange, maybe. I don't know. Do the pros outweigh the cons for trying to work for yourself? I guess. In your opinion. Let's do a little tiny drop of the resin pigment yellow. Smallest drop possible because I don't want to add so much that it makes it super dark. I just want to add a little bit of kind of orange. Oh, I think that was perfect actually. It's slightly darker. It's not quite as bright yellow. It's a little bit warmer maybe. We'll add a little bit, tiny bit more. Okay. Oh. Did I make it a little bit too dark now? I'm gonna add another drop of yellow, or of white, I mean. Oh. Seriously though, I do enjoy working for myself, even though there's so many little pieces to it that it takes time. Let's see, you're enjoying it at the moment. Time consuming, especially with the craft designs. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's smart to keep track of that. To be fair, if you're, depending on the size and scope of you making things for friends and family and stuff, you don't necessarily need a business license. You can look up and see whether what you're doing counts as a hobby or a business, because they're two different things. But I mean, if you want it to be a business someday, then it's definitely smart to keep track of all of your expenses and everything. Alright, so this is going to go in there. Oops, here's... I have made my own... Let's see. Oh, I got a set of dice made for me. There was a company that I gave them like the font, well, they had a series of fonts I could choose from, and then I gave them my logo design, and they went and printed out, 3D printed a set of master dice for me, and then I used those to make my molds. Also, welcome, Dust Off 74. So yeah, so yeah, they're sort of pre-made, but I had them made so that there wasn't any copyright or anything. These are my designs for making. Yeah, no problem. Let's see, what did Sean say? Oh yeah, it's definitely a hobby for now, but keep tracking. Yeah, that's smart. Oh, school has you busy. I forgot about that. 6 hours doing anatomy and physiology today. Ugh. Yeah, I bet that's time consuming. Alright, how am I going to get this in here? How am I going to get this in here before? So I just... I think I just poured it in before. So I'm just kind of putting a little bit of this resin that I've added some gold interference, so it's white but it shimmers gold, into the bottom of this mold. Oh, I forgot to pull the bee out. That's what I'm doing. Let's see. While you're taking a break from everything, that's great. It's really good to have days off. I'm really bad at that. Like, I have scheduled Thursdays and Sundays are my days off, like my self-appointed days off, but I still end up doing some work on those days. It seems like I'll still end up like messaging people about their orders, or emailing back about website stuff or that sort of thing. But oh yeah, to be fair, yeah, you can still make dice even if you're not playing D&D. I haven't played D&D since quarantine started. I've played since I was a kid, which was fun. But you can still make dice. It's still fun. You could also just make like 6-sided dice if you really wanted to, and use them for other games too. I forgot to pull out the Bumblebee. Alright, we're doing the final design with the actual Bumblebee. I did a test with a wasp in it. I'm gonna do it with the Bumblebee. I used to play back in the late 80s, early 90s when I was a kid, all on tabletop. Oh, part of the reason I haven't played since quarantine started is that I really only enjoy playing it in person. Which, I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but like, I like D&D for the social aspect of it. I like, meeting up with people for dinner and playing a game together. And so, since I can't get together with people and have dinner and play games together, I just haven't been as interested in playing it. Yeah, so. No, I've played D&D since I was a kid. My family would play it together, which was really fun. Well, actually, I have played D&D since quarantine started because I played it with my family. I forgot about that. Those are the best in gaming. Yeah, exactly. I have friends that, don't play D&D, but we'll still get together. Not right now, obviously, but we would get together for, like, board game nights. And that's just fun. It's just fun getting together with people. Having, chatting, having a common goal of something to work on. So, a board game, D&D, something like that. Some sort of project they're all working on together. So. I have more recent. This is going to be, I think I've told this before. I found out about Critical Role backwards, I think. I think a lot of people started watching Critical Role and then started playing D&D, but I found out about Critical Role because I just, random happenstance, mentioned Matthew Mercer's voice acting to a D&D buddy. And they're like, he plays D&D, right? And I'm like, what? So, sorry, that's just I just saw it. I find that amusing. It's like, I feel like I did this backwards. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I have a bumblebee in this cup with the clear resin, and my goal is to get the bubbles away from the bumblebee before I put it into the final mold. I think there's a lot of air in here because I think the thorax is semi-hollow. So we're going to let that sit for a moment, and I'm going to add clear to this. And I'm actually going to add it from fairly high up because I want the gold that's in the bottom to kind of swirl up a little bit. I want it to get displaced a little bit because that will add some kind of wispy, shimmery effects. I probably should have done this when it was a little bit more liquidy. I've waited kind of long, but it might end up a little bit at the bottom, but that's okay. Whew. I feel like I and the Twitch chat need to start up a D&D game since all of us seem to play. It seems to be what I'm gathering though. We just all got to start a D&D game together. Okay. It is kind of fun to me that like D&D, I feel like D&D has become more popular again recently. But at the same time, I've never had difficulty finding a group to play with. Because like I said, I grew up playing with my family. And then like in high school and stuff, there's other people that played D&D, friend groups and stuff. And that sort of stuff. And then like now I have a D&D group just because I started talking to one guy in a college class about D&D, and then he was like, "Hey, you want to come play D&D?" I'm like, "Sure." I don't know. I've never had trouble finding a group of people to play D&D with. I just don't like playing it online. I can't pay attention to it like over Discord. I just can't pay attention. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like talking on the phone too. I just can't understand people really well. If I like kind of read lips. I'm not hard of hearing or anything, but I don't have the best processing of language. Like it takes me a second to like figure out what's being said. And so trying to play without seeing the person while they're talking is just difficult. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe, well, different people play it for different reasons too. Like my brother's played games online with some of his friends, but to each their own. Oh, I added way too much clear to this now that I'm thinking about it because I'm going to put a bee in here. Just a moment. Take some of this out. And I'm trying to put this bee in. The bee looks a lot darker than it did. Okay. I'll put this in kind of head first because I don't want to mess up the wings. I want to get it so it's kind of face up. Alright. Hopefully that works out. Okay, I think it's in there. Right side up. I think that actually went easier than it did with the wasps. The wings are kind of holding it in the right spot. Perfect. I'm hoping this works out because I've only got the one bee for this commission. I don't exactly have a way to get more, I don't think. So hopefully that works out. If not, I'll probably end up going a different direction, maybe making something out of polymer clay, which is fine, but not quite what I was going for. Do your daughter and her husband live far away? Because maybe after quarantine you guys could start playing D&D together. That might be fun. Oh, that's what I was going to say, was I actually have played D&D since quarantine started because I played it with my family. We did a short little campaign where my brother was DMing, and then we did kind of started one where my dad was DMing. But then school started back up again, and my dad's a school teacher, so he got busy again. He's working from home, but he's just busy. So we kind of took a break after that. But yeah, I look forward to being able to have like board game nights again, or just having people over for dinner. I'm a social person. That's part of the reason I enjoy streaming. I like chatting with people while I work on things. This fills that void currently in my life. Add a little bit more here for honey. Okay. I'm trying out the new molds that I just pulled out of the pressure pot today. So this is their first use. Which one was this? That looks like this. Okay. Looks like there's bubbles. Yes, actually, that's what this white interference gold was, is a Pearl X powder. They make great colors. I actually inherited those from my grandmother too. I inherited those from my grandma. I have inherited a lot of my art supplies. She's not dead or anything. I want to put that out there. She's just not doing polymer clay and stuff anymore. I was saying earlier, she's been doing Cricut stuff now, so like t-shirts and paper cutting and that sort of stuff. Apparently, part of it's because like she doesn't have the same grip strength and stuff as she used to, hand dexterity. But use the stuff for your pen blanks. Oh, cool! Oh, I bet those turn out nice. It has such a nice shimmer to it. I have other mica powders that I use as well, because before I did dice, I did soap making. If you look behind me in my little window down here, that whole shelf over there, this shelf behind me, is all soap making supplies. And you actually use mica powders to color soap. So I have stolen a whole bunch of my micas from then. If you have a link to photos of your pen blanks, if you have like an Instagram or something, feel free to throw it in the chat. I'm fine with links as long as I have warning. But yeah, I'd love to see what you've been making. And also, hello Scryer. I just put the bee into the mold, so I'm letting some air rise to the surface, and then we'll pack that up, and hopefully, it'll be all good to go. Oh. I'm also making a few other sets. I have some purple cranes, not purple cranes, the cranes aren't purple, but they're standing in pools of purple. And then I have, I'm making some creamsicle dice too, which I think they're a little bit more simple. It's just a dirty pour with orange and white, but I've been kind of wanting to make creamsicle dice. Is this the correct mold? Yes. I really shouldn't cut my 2D10s pretty much exactly the same. Look at the keys on these. Whoops. Didn't realize I had done that. I really should make those more different. Alright, which one does this go on? That goes on this one. I was saying, I think last time, that I usually try to cut just like 3 sides or 3 corners so that I know which direction the lid goes on. But I guess it also messes me up if I make it so that I cut the exact 3 same sides on both D10s, because I can't tell which D10 is supposed to go on. I'm just trying to fill in. There's a bubble in the 0 on this face, so I'm filling that in before I put that on. I don't want to trap any air in between. Oh, okay. Learning how to use Twitter and Instagram. That's fair. I'm learning how to use Twitter too. I think I've finally got some of it figured out. I was figuring out social media for like business stuff because I sell my dice. And I'm trying to make it my full-time job, and social media is important for that. But I think I'm finally starting to kind of figure out how Twitter works. Twitter is the one that makes the least sense to me. Instagram makes sense to me because it's just like photos. You literally just post photos on Instagram, and then you go around and like other people's photos. Like that makes sense to me. But like Twitter, I had never really used before. I'm like, what sort of stuff am I supposed to put on here? Do people like photos here? I think I've finally figured out Twitter to a certain extent. But if you need any pointers on Instagram, I do think Instagram is really just pictures. Like you just take pictures of like your finished products. I think other people do photos of like in progress stuff too, but I like finished products for mine. Yeah, just take photos of what you've made and post them there. Make sure you tag them with like hashtag handmade dice or something like that. But otherwise, it's just photos. Oh. I don't know hoping these crane dice turn out. I think they will. But I am excited to see how they look. I don't want to press down on that, but I'm going to make sure everything is locked into place. Strangely, I think the one that I have figured out almost the most, I don't know if I have it figured out the most. I think, because I don't have as many people following it as I do on like Instagram, but like Facebook, I understand what sort of posts you post on Facebook. Like people like apparently like updates and in progress things on Facebook. I have a friend who's done social media stuff, and they had like a whole spiel about how different types of things do better on different social medias. And oh boy, is it a thing. Oh, alright, sounds like a plan. Yeah, there's gonna be a learning curve to any new site. But I do think, I don't know, is there a particular thing that is confusing you on Instagram, Scryer? Do you like just not know what to post, or like what the social norms are on there? That was kind of one of my things on Twitter was I don't know what you're expected to do on here. If I like something that someone else posts, am I supposed to retweet it, like it, or reply to it? Like what is the most socially acceptable on the platform? But like for Instagram, I think really it's just post photos of things that you've made, and then like photos of things that other people have made or that you like, I guess. Like, just put a heart there, and you can comment if you want, but you don't have to. Oh yeah, that's fair. Instagram is more of a phone thing, I think. I don't actually know how to use Instagram from a laptop. That's fair. I usually do Facebook and Twitter more from my laptop, and Instagram I do from my phone. I think Instagram and Tumblr I do from my phone usually, and then Facebook and Twitter I do from my laptop. But I also have like a whole schedule figured out for my social media posting, like time frame and everything. But no, that's valid. If you like doing stuff from a computer, then I guess it works out for me because I do all of my like product photography on my phone. So it's actually easier for me to go and move photos from my phone to Instagram. It would take me a lot more effort to move photos from like my phone to my computer to Twitter or Facebook, which is part of the reason I also do some of that stuff on I scroll through Twitter more on my desktop, but I guess I use my phone mostly for social media posting now that I'm thinking about it. Wow, you do? That's really funky. I can see why that would be frustrating. Yeah. That's a really silly setup for that. You'd think they'd have a better web interface. Like, I realize that it's mostly supposed to be like an app thing, but like that's poor user interface design. I was thinking about trying to do some like resin stuff on TikTok, but I don't know if I'll do that. There's all sorts of things I've been debating doing on that front. Like maybe I could make some TikTok videos or some YouTube videos. Like, but those just take time. They just take time. I need to make the time to do that. There's just so many social media options out there. And like I was saying earlier, I do consider Twitch to be part of my social media outreach. Like, it's different than some of the other ones. Okay. I'm reaching probably the end-ish of my work time here. It's getting a little bit more goopy. Oops. Okay, that's probably enough of that. So I'm going to fill this with clear. I'm going to try and do it semi-gently, because the idea is I'm going to fill this with it has the yellow at the bottom, and it's going to be clear. It's kind of a shimmery yellow, which is kind of nice. I'm not going to fill this quite full yet, because the plan here is to put these pieces of this kind of honeycomb that I made in there, kind of floating out of that yellow. A lot of bubbles came out with that one. Hopefully I don't end up with too many bubbles. There's definitely places for bubbles to get trapped in between these, but ooh, some of that yellow came up. That might be interesting. Okay, we're gonna let some of the air escape from there before I put the lid on. Still put some clear on the lid. Again, put some over in here. I got a like this powder from Solar Color Dust that I'm just testing out over here. I'll use that. And that's a D10. Okay. Yeah, I'm reaching the end of my work time here. It's getting very goopy. This is why I usually only do like 3 sets of dice at a time, is because, especially if I'm doing different kinds of things, it takes time, and my stuff starts to get a little goopy. So we'll call that good. A little bit of clear left in there, not much. So this one, I was trying to do like a roses. But I didn't like the yellow. So I'm just gonna do kind of a little bit of kind of a muted gold shimmer in here with the roses instead. I'm just gonna do a drop of this gold alcohol ink that kind of just ends up glittery. But it's kind of a muted gold. Yeah, I think that'll be good. It's not like a super bright gold. It's kind of muted. All right, and that's gonna go in here. I need to dip my. Again, it's good to dip these things in the resin first and try and get some of those bubbles out before they go in the mold. And again, it's nearing the end of its life. I really should have done some of these pieces earlier because it's harder for the bubbles to escape when it's super thick. I'll give that a second. I'm going to spray these bubbles on the top of the bee. And I'm also going to push the bee back down because I can see a wing sticking out. We don't need a wing sticking out. We'll have to put the lid on it. Hopefully help a little bit. Oh, cool. I can look in just a moment. My hands are a little sticky at the moment, but I will look in just a second. There's still a few little bubbles in here. My only concern is that the thorax in here is filled with air, and so when I pressurize it, it's going to collapse a little bit. Roses, gold, and bubbles. Yeah, the problem with the bubbles is if they do still rise eventually, and so I end up with big gaps at the top, which is not what I want. Yeah, although I could, like, make fake bubbles, not this time, but if I got, like, little clear glass beads, I could probably throw them in, and it would look like bubbles, but also not, actually have a gap. That might be cool. I have that stuck in my head. Okay, I'm gonna put this on just because I want to make sure that that wing stays down. Roses and dew. Oh yeah, I was talking to, I think it was Jen at one point, about how I could totally do roses with what looks like dewdrops on them. That'd be easy enough to do. I could absolutely do that. I would just take the roses and I would use some of the UV resin, and I'd maybe tint it slightly blue or something. I'd want it slightly different from whatever color it was going to be in, so it would show up a little bit. And I do little drops of that with the UV resin first before putting it into the mold. Like, I'm pretty sure that'd be easy enough to do. Alright. Just up or down? Okay. Roses and dew, rain and roses. Yeah, there's a lot of options for names there. Like, you could do something with like early morning garden or something like that. Go that way too. Or just call it like, yeah, I don't know, morning dew. That seems like some sort of euphemism, but I don't know. Can't really see it all that well through all that gold. I'm gonna put a couple of petals in here. The maybe, see, that's like one of the ones that I was saying earlier. I would need to, like, plan ahead to make, like, the creamsicle ones that I just made. Those are easy. I can just grab all the supplies and put them into the mold right then. But for, like, I want to try redoing geode dice at some point because I have a better idea. The last ones didn't quite turn out. But, like, those take time because I need to cut up all of the pieces first and all that. I'll let that sit a moment and let things rise to the surface, and then I'm going to test out this. Let's see if I can get it to show. Yeah, it's like a multi-chrome flake from solar color dust. So it goes from like that purple to like yellow and kind of blue-green. There's kind of that red in there. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see that. Anyways, I'm gonna do a black back for it. I found that for like a lot of the like iridescent type things, black usually does a good background. That's how much black I'm putting in. See the end of that little stick there? All right. This black is super potent. It's actually more translucent than I was thinking it would be. That's fine though. You need to go buy more things. You see, yeah, go to if you want to buy everything on a website, go to solarcolordust.com. There's everything there is just like, I want one of everything, especially these like multi-chrome flakes. It's just like, oh, that looks so pretty. So I'm just putting this in a little mold that I made. Hopefully this doesn't count as like illegal for some reason, because it's a little mold I made of like a quarter. But this quite obviously is not an actual quarter. It's made of resin. So I guess maybe it's like plastic children's money. We'll call it that. Hopefully there's no laws against that. But it's about the right size for one of my test chips. So I'm kind of using it as that. There's going to be a little tester here of this new flake. Yeah, see, you're really good, Scryer, at dusting the insides of molds and getting usable dies. I end up with like a raised lip quite often, but you could probably dust the inside of the mold with some of this stuff, and I bet it'd be really pretty. You'd probably make some really pretty dice. But yes, I went and I was ordering, here, I'll show you in just a second. Oh, I put it away. I was ordering some heat sensitive pigment for a commission for Jen, who's in the chat. And I was like, well, I'm getting something from this website anyways, I might as well just get something for fun. And so I got the shimmery, the multicolored one. I'm excited to see how it looks. Oh, you get raised spots, so you just have to do the most obnoxiously precise sanding to fix it. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that. I could see doing this for a set of like D6s, because I've gotten to the point where like I don't usually have to sand D6s. That's part of the reason that like I've been doing like I haven't listed them yet, but probably the next month I'm going to do sets of like 12 D6s for the same price as my 7-piece sets, and part of that is because D6s are just probably have the least cleanup out of all of my dice. They're just the easiest for me to clean up because they usually are the flattest and take the least sanding. This has quite a few bubbles in it, which is just unfortunate. Well, while we're waiting for that to D20, yes, D20s are the worst for me as well. The part of it, I think, is because on the D20s, there's such kind of a thin, the top of the mold is so thin by where the face is that it kind of falls in a little bit and makes it so that uh, the faces are kind of pushed in a little bit, and I have to sand those down so that they're not. Alright. Oh yes, yeah. If there's anyone who doesn't know, Scryer also makes dice on Twitch. So if you like watching dice making, you should check her out as well. Oh, and for everyone who wasn't here at the beginning, I'll announce it again. I am going to be doing a slightly longer stream on Saturday. So I'm going to be starting 2 hours earlier than normal. So instead of 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the plan is to go until about 10, so about 5 hours. And we'll do some arts and crafts, and then towards the end, I'm going to make a set of dice on stream, and then we will have a giveaway for that set of dice. And if you want to help, contribute to what we're going to be making, you can go to my Twitter, which I will link to in just a moment. There we go. There's my Twitter. And I have a couple of polls on there for what kind of dice we should make. So you can go on there and place your vote, and then we will make them on Saturday and have a giveaway for them. And if the person who wins doesn't use dice or want dice, the plan is I will make them either like a tray or a necklace instead. Because I know there's some people who just like resin and that's like are interested in like the other resin stuff that I make. But okay, cool. I still need to figure out how to set up a giveaway. Hey, Scryer, you did a giveaway in your 24-hour. Was it your 24-hour stream? Yes, you're doing giveaways. The thing that you used, was that a built-in Twitch extension, or was it an external thing? Yeah, is that a built-in Twitch extension, or is it a separate thing? Oh, it's an external bot. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to do some more research and figure out what I'm going to use for the giveaway. But the plan is that you have to be following me on Twitch and then also show up at least once during the stream to enter. I'll probably post about that. What is today? Wednesday? Probably post about that Friday morning. Oh, it'll take about maybe 5 minutes to set up, though. It was really simple. Okay. As long as it's like legit and not some weird thing that's trying to connect to my Twitch for nefarious purposes. It sounds like it has good reviews from you, so. I'll look into it. But yeah, I need to figure that out. Is there a way to set it on there so that you have to also be following me to enter? 'Cause that seems fair to me. You have to be following my account to enter the giveaway. Ooh, you're starting the first actual roleplay campaign that night. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, no worries. You are under no obligation to be there for any amount of time. I kind of want to try doing a RP heavy campaign at some point. I think it'd be fun. I never really understood it, I feel like. I think I understand think I understand it a little bit better now. But, put that up there. Yeah, these are getting very gummy. Hello, custom creations. This looks like commitment. Are you talking about my messy workspace, or, Oh, the mask. Yeah, I work with resin often enough that I figured I should be safe about it. To be quite honest, when I was just doing it like every once in a while as a hobby, I was not the safest and didn't really use a mask. But since I work with resin almost every day now, I figured it was good. I think if I am in the room with the fumes and I don't wear it, I think I have a little bit of an allergic reaction too. Because I've noticed that my eyelids get very, very dry and itchy if I ever hang out in here while there's also uncured resin in here. And I think that's probably fairly normal, but yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks for following. Yeah, I'm almost probably finished up here. Like I was saying, though, I'm going to do a slightly longer stream on Saturday, though. Start at 5 instead of do sculpting as well. I do all sorts of things. I've done some polymer clay. I can show you some polymer clay. Just let me put this lid on. Got a few bubbles there. Hopefully those aren't too big. Yeah, I do all go on just fine. Yeah, polymer clay, painting, resin, obviously. I just got a drawing tablet fairly recently. I haven't used it much, but I'm excited to try that out more. I have a little bit of an embroidery project I'm working on, but I don't do a ton of that. I don't do a ton of textile stuff, but I would like to start doing some more cosplay stuff, because that's fun. But what else have I done on stream? You too? Oh, cool! But otherwise, let's see. Yeah, I do mostly resin on here, because I make dice. But yeah, I do all sorts of stuff. Wait a second. All right, here. I'm gonna put this in the pressure pot, and then we can talk about some other things here. I'll put this over here so you can see me. Oops, I have that in the way. This will take me just a moment. I just need to pressurize this and get all the bubbles squished down to size. So this is here. So what I'm doing right now, I don't know if you can hear me very well or not, is I'm putting this into all of my resin into a pressure pot. And that, once I pressurize it, it will take all of the air bubbles in there and squish them really, really small. So small that if the resin's clear, you shouldn't be able to see them, so they'll be nice and crystal clear. And also because of since I'm doing dice, it should make it so that there's no like bubbles on the outside of the dice as well. It's such a small scale, it'd be very noticeable. So I'm just putting them into the pressure pot. And I just want to make sure the lid is on as tight as possible. Just hand tighten it as much as possible. Alright, give me just a second. I'll make sure that I pressurize this correctly, so I'm going to be quiet for just a second. Alright. Oh, it's going down. I'll have to check that again. Alright, anyways. Oh yeah, Scryer also does dice making on Twitch. So people have who have watched the stream for a certain amount of time. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, it's true. Scryer does the same thing, but with more glitter. Well, you do some more textile stuff than I do. I'll show you. So I've done some necklaces with little handmade mushrooms. Oops. I have some more of these that I need to bake actually. Yeah, so little tiny things. The mold for which custom creations. These are polymer clay, so I just sculpted these. There's a little teacup that I made. I'll move it back. And I painted the outside. So yeah, I've done some clay stuff. I'm debating. Oh yeah, no, those ones are polymer clay. All right, have fun, Scryer. Yeah, I'm actually debating what I want. So, oh, you do ceramic clay, cool. I haven't really done much ceramic clay. My grandma used to. I was saying earlier how I got my crafting from my grandmother and father. Ooh, sculptures, that's cool. I do have some sculptural pieces I want to do. As far as like larger art things go, I do more painting. I have a picture. More of this though. That's fair. Let me see here. Let's see if I can get you an image of like a painting that I've done. I really need to set up some of those like exclamation mark things. I need to figure that out. If you go to my about page, it does have my socials listed. I don't know how they work, so I really need to figure that out. Let's see here. Here, I'll show you. Here's an oil still life that I did for class. Scryer, stop trying to get everyone to sand your dice for you. All right, have a good night, Dust of 74. It was good chatting with you. Hopefully, we can see you around here again sometime. Oh, and let's see. Yeah, when it comes to like art as opposed to crafts, I do more painting. What's that? Oh, yes. I have to look at. Yes, you sent me something. Let me see if I can find that. Was that on Instagram? Oh, thank you. Oh, was that on my... Okay, here, just a second. I have to go look now. Oh... Did you send it to me or my business account? Oh, here you are. I don't see... Wait. I don't see a message. I don't see a message. Wait, one request. Never mind. I found it. I'm just clicking on the wrong thing. Accept. Ooh, cool. Do you mind if I show on stream what you make? Because that's cool. All right. Yeah. So Dust of 74 sent me this photo of all of these cool pens. Oops. Let me me go down there. Nice cool pens that he's made. Look at that. Those are all. Speaking of resin, that's cool. That's thanks for sending me that. All right, so there's that. But yes, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. You're gonna have to have. I guess you're gonna have to figure out how to use Instagram Best of 74 so that Bosun can go buy pens from you. If you have somewhere that you sell them or something, feel free to drop a link. I don't know if you just do it as a hobby or what, but if you do sell them, it sounds like Bosun is interested. So, but yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I do painting stuff. Where's my other painting? Oh, it's a hobby, do among other stuff. That's really cool. Oops, I can't spell. Beginning again. Oh, you headed out custom creations as well? You took fancy dice photos for the first time today? What made them fancy? I feel like all of your Alright, here's a different. This one was an acrylic for the same painting class that I was taking. So that was a different still life that we did. But I like painting. Maybe I'll do painting on Saturday before. Maybe I'll do painting on Saturday before pouring dice, because it's been a while since I've done any painting. I just need to figure out what I want to paint. That's the. Oh, here, I should put this down so you see the chat, actually. Saturdays are usually my kind of free-for-all days a little bit. So, treat yourself. Yeah, I just have to figure out what's going to be the easiest for me logistically, because if I'm going to be doing resin, I need to do it at this computer. And for some of the other stuff that I have, it's easier for me to do in my office. So like for like the drawing tablet and stuff, it's easier for me to do not in here. So I was just trying to think of what I wanted to work on here. So maybe I'll try to do painting. I'll figure out some sort of still life to paint. Here I have a quest for you guys. If you have ideas, spam me on Twitter. Okay, I will take a look as soon as I hop off. I think maybe I'll just make a post about it on Twitter, but spam me with ideas for things I should add to a still life, and I will set up a still life to paint. So that could be pretty much anything, like dead bugs, Legos, my glasses, like it could be an orange. I'm naming things that are my cat licking soap. I have kind of wanted to paint my cats. Maybe I'll get some good photos of my cats and work on a painting of them. I have an idea for a painting of my cats. So, cat holding an umbrella. These are all very cute ideas. Cat screaming. All right. So what I'm hearing is I need to paint my cats. All right. So we'll paint a picture of my cats on Saturday and then pour some dice and do a giveaway. So again, oops, wrong one. If you go over to my Twitter, there is a poll there for what the dice that I make on Saturday for the giveaway should look like. And feel free to, go ahead and answer those so you can put your 2 cents in on what they should look like, and then we're going to be doing a giveaway of the dice that I make on stream. Or if you don't need dice, I will make you some sort of like necklace or tray instead. But yeah, that's the plan. That'll be 2 hours earlier than normal, so 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time instead of 7. And I hope to see you guys there. But otherwise, I think I'm pretty much done for the night. My workspace is all messy, so I think I'm ready to go. So thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys later. All right, bye bye.